All right, well, it's January 27th, 2024, here in the Detroit area. It's pretty mild today for winter. We've just gotten out of a pretty cold Arctic blast where the highs were only in the teens and 20s. We did have some days where it was only a high of 7 and 9 degrees. But the next couple of weeks is supposed to be a lot milder. Today it's 45 degrees right now outside. And all the snow that we had, which we didn't have a ton of, but had a few inches. Everything was white and snow covered. The roads were slippery and dangerous to drive on for a couple of days. All that has melted away pretty much. There's just a few little areas where there's snow that's been piled up from snow plowing and stuff like that. Other than that, the roads are dry and clear. All the ground and sidewalks are dry and all the snow has melted from them. I've been sick for probably about a week now. Almost spent all of my time in bed with a bad cold, and I still have a little bit of congestion, and I still have a cough. But I am feeling better now and feeling more alive and vibrant. So I guess that's good. I'm out this Saturday afternoon. It's about 2:30, and I'm out just running some errands. Going over to my son's house now to pick up some carpeting for some carpeting that he had left over that I can use in my basement in my practice space. And then I'll be back home just kind of chilling out and relaxing the rest of the day. Probably spend the rest of the day in the evening up in my bedroom and my office space because my wife Abby's daughter is coming over to spend the night tonight. So they're just going to spend some quality time together. So I'll have really the evening free to do whatever I want. So I'll probably just go up there, maybe do a little bit of work, watch a movie or something like that, try to get to bed early and rest some more, and hopefully I can recover some more. I've been thinking a lot about creativity and the creative process, and I kind of come and go with this stuff. I mean, my creative expression is done in various ways. I mean, the most obvious way would be through my music and guitar playing. Now, I'm not an expert musician. I'm certainly not even a good guitar player anymore. Used to be pretty decent, but since I've had these couple of strokes, it's kind of can't play as well anymore. But I do still play. Of course, I play a lot of ambient music and so forth, and I like to do that. It's good for me. It feels good for my soul, and it's peaceful and calming, and I can express myself through it. But once in a while, I feel as if I don't really have anything to say musically. So, and I feel like I'm just a terrible musician and I really can't do anything. But then other times I feel like, it's not too bad. I have been trying to practice more and to play my guitar more. Have been trying to master all of the gear that I use to play music. Because, for so long, for probably since I've been doing ambient music, I've started to accumulate some different guitar pedals to create different sounds and so forth, but I've never really dedicated any time to really learning how to manipulate them and use them. I just have a very, very rudimentary understanding of these devices that I use. So I have been trying to spend more time understanding how my effects work and so forth. Now, it's primarily for my own enjoyment, but I am doing things in order, like kind of with a mindset that maybe one day I might do some live gigs for somebody. And I will be doing a couple of live gigs that my wife has set up. She'll be doing some live yoga classes on our back deck this spring and summer, and I'll be playing some live ambient music for those. So I've been kind of putting my pedal board together and getting my gear together so that it's relatively easy for me to tear down and set up everything and transport everything. So, I'm trying to cultivate my own creativity. Now, I've been reading a book by Rick Rubin called The Creative Way. I think that's the name of the book, The Creative Way. Just started reading it. And it's a book on creativity, but his idea of creativity is different than what a lot of us think as being a creative person. Most of us think as though we're creative if we can draw or paint or play an instrument or sing or something like that, design something and so forth. But in this book, Rick Rubin explains that we all have creative energies, and we create every day. We create our reality every day. So even if you don't play an instrument or if you don't paint or anything, we still have to have a creative mindset. We can create, and there are many people who have done this, that have created a world for themselves where everything is evil, everything is bad, and that we're all doomed. But other people create a reality for themselves that the world is basically good, and they see the good around them, not so much the negative. It's just like I've said before, it's the world that I've created for myself, my own reality, by dwelling so much on my illnesses, my past strokes, heart attacks, things like that. So I'm going to try to reshape my reality and create a better reality for myself where I am healthy, relatively healthy, and I do have more time left. But, we all do have a limited amount of time for sure. So I want to create a reality for myself, my own life, where I'm useful and helpful to other people. Maybe I might be helpful to people through this YouTube channel if anybody ever trips across this. But like I've said before, I'm doing this primarily for myself, just talking into the camera, talking out loud, and just, trying to get it out of me, out of my mind, and into some form of reality through my speech. Speech is what really creates everything. Everything is created through speech and sound. Anything that was ever built, any idea that was ever manifested, any idea that was ever manifested was manifested through somebody speaking it into reality. So that's what I'm going to try to do this year. And of course, I'm also going to try to cultivate my creativity through making videos, recording content for our yoga platform and through my music. Have a good day, everyone.